welcome in advance. Just wanted to give you a quick taste of what it's going to be like when you roll back in for your first worship service back with us this Sunday, September 20th, as we're finally getting to gather again. Things will be a little different, so as you come in, I just want to give you a little heads up as to what it's going to be like. So the first thing, obviously, find yourself a prime parking space, and before you even do anything else, before you even cut the car off while the air conditioner's still running, I want to encourage you to put your mask on, just because it's the way things are going to be for the foreseeable future. And so we're trying to be as safe as possible to make sure that we don't give any more spread than necessary. But find that parking space, put the mask on, obviously cut your car off, and then come on in. For purpose of the video, I'm going to take this mask off so you can hear me a little more clearly for the rest of this video. But as part of our conversation, we want to encourage you, as soon as you get on property, to put that mask on. We encourage it the entire time you're on property. But for sure, when you enter that building, please wear a mask. For your safety and for everyone's safety, just because you love one another, wear the mask. Now, once you've found that perfect parking place, you're going to want to get out of your car, but look around first and see what's going on, because our plan is to not open the doors to the worship area until right before service. So folks will come in right as the service is getting ready to start. We'll start the service as soon as everybody's in, and that way we can minimize the kind of contact and encounter in the building to minimize the risk level. So look around and see what's going on. If people are gathering in the parking lot and having some conversation, social distance, you may want to get out and join in the fun. Give a few elbow bumps, maybe an air high five or two, and have some conversation. And then as soon as we open the doors, you can begin to make your way in. There should be an usher in the parking lot helping guide you. But once we open those doors, you're going to want to make your way that way. As you get up here to the door, there should be an usher stationed right here, again, to help with any questions you might have. But once you walk in the door, there's going to be some things that come up immediately. So be paying attention for this next part. So as soon as you walk in the door, you're going to be greeted by a couple of things, inanimate objects, by the way. But the first thing is a hand sanitizer station. That's an automatic system, so all you have to do is wave your hand under it if you need some hand sanitizer. Also on the tables you come in will be the offering basket. And we talked about this, that as we move through this, we may not be able to take offerings anytime soon for the near future, passing the place where we used to, but we still want to take our offering. And so that basket will be right there. And you put your offering in there, your whole wallet, whatever you want to give is fine with us. We will take it and use it responsibly. Also on this same table, you'll find one more resource that's vital. If you, for whatever reason, forget or don't have a mask when you get here, we'll have some for you. There'll be some on this table here, but also the ushers are here to help you on this morning as well. And so they may have already found out, and they'll come and get you one so that you can have that mask to mask up when you come into the service. The next thing you're going to notice is that the room is set up a little spaced out, and that's so that we can socially distance as we're gathered for worship. And I'm going to ask you to do something that I have never asked a congregation to do before in my life. But as you come in the door, we're going to invite you to go all the way to the furthest back seats and fill those first. A couple of reasons. One is that way, as folks come in, they won't have to pass by folks to get to a seat. You'll do that in the very beginning. The other part of that is just so that we can control the room as much as possible. You'll notice that the chairs are in groupings of 2, 3, and 4. If there's a family that comes in bigger than that, we can make accommodations for that. But if you came in the same car, you're invited to sit together, and because you've already been exposed. But find yourself a seat and get in place and get settled in. Again, when we start to move in, we're going to try to get everybody in seats as quickly as possible. Well, all right, you're finally here. You found a parking place, you've air bumped and had some fun outside, you've made your way in, you've got hand sanitizer, you've made your offering, you've picked up a mask if you need it, and you've found a seat. Well, now the service begins. If I've remembered everything I'm supposed to, everything you need to know information-wise will be on the screen. And therefore, there won't be any bulletins, there won't be any hymnals or any of that kind of thing that you might touch that might carry the virus again. So everything that you need to know should be on that screen right there. As part of that, one of the exciting things that we've found out is that as long as folks are wearing masks, there's no added risk to singing. So we'll be able to sing some together. Won't that be a joy? So we'll have some music the service will look much more like it looks online in our virtual services right now. We'll have a welcome and an opening prayer. We'll have some music, and we'll have a message. We'll have some prayer time, and we'll have an acknowledgement of the offering, and we'll have another hymn, and then we'll have a benediction and exit the room. This is where it gets interesting. Now, you've come in, the first ones came all the way to the back, and so you're thinking, well, they'll be the first ones out. Not in this scenario. The last in will be the first out. So those who are sitting up toward the front, the ushers will invite to leave first, and we'll exit the people closest to the door first, all the way back to the people farthest out. Now, listen, this is important. I know it's not fun. I know you're going to want to have conversations, but we're going to invite you to keep all your conversations out of the interior of the building and have those outside. It's more open, much less risk involved when we have our conversations outside. And just so you know, that's where I'm going to be, because I want to begin to meet some of you and develop some relationship and have some conversation. So once the service is over, I'll exit the building and be hanging around outside to meet you and get to know you a little bit better that way. One final thing that you need to know is that somewhere during the service, once everybody kind of gets in their seated position, someone will be taking a picture, not for publication or anything of that nature, but simply so we can have a record of who was sitting where. In the case that something comes up, that someone came without knowing they were already infected with the virus. That way we can know who to contact most imminently, and we can begin to make sure that we do everything we can to help prevent the spread of this virus. All in the manner of being able to worship together. It may seem a little cumbersome. It's going to be weird the first moment. Actually, it won't be that weird for me, because since I've never worshiped publicly with you, this will seem like normal to me. To you, it will seem bizarre. But come on, let's hang out. Let's be bizarre together. Let's worship together. It's going to be a great Sunday, September 20th, 2020, at 10 a.m., right here in this fellowship hall. We'll gather for worship for our first time together since I've been here. Looking forward to seeing you. God bless you. And we will see you September 20th.